A shout out to Ge.Holla and
Hey, GeHolla, G.Holla.
Ge.Holla. Shout me to God here, man.
All y'all said entertainer, shout out my guy Ge.Holla of My Celebrity Life.
Blog Talk Radio.
Tell me, who told you that you could own me? Treat me like
we used to be riding in my drop top, you up in your crop top, shining while we running through the hood. I used to be the bully in your bedroom, fighting like we supposed to. The shit that all your homegirls wish I would. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kinda lonely as I sit in the shadows of the things that we.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate you all for being a part of the show this afternoon. We have a wonderful and a super cool guest that's out there today. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to tell everyone that is texting me, the number is on the flyer that you call in on. So it's going to be that number there. Please make sure you share the flyers on social media so we can get a lot of people to support our wonderful, wonderful, wonderful guest this evening that we have coming on. And before I introduce her, I'd like to welcome on to a few of my co-hosts. One co-host goes by the name of Stevie Bricks. Stevie Bricks, come on to the line and introduce yourself.
Hey. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Ge.Holla. This is Stevie Bricks of the Pop Off with Stevie Bricks and Passion Magazine of Savannah. Happy to be here. Hope you all are having a wonderful Friday.
Appreciate you. This wonderful woman that we have coming onto the line, man, she is fresh off of the New York Times Critics' Choice of Broadway revival of, I'm probably going to pronounce it wrong, Nazaki Shane for the Color Girls. I probably messed it all up, so please forgive me. But for the Color Girls at the Public Theater and successful season 1 at UMC Network original series, Stuck With You. Our wonderful guest. Like I know you're a fan of Stevie Bricks. I ain't gonna throw out your age, you know what I'm saying? But I know you saw me, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Know it.
You saw it on TV. You know,
I'm a 96.
You saw her doing her thing on there.
Yeah, I watched it, and I was thinking about starting a petition. They need to bring that to DVD because I missed that. I could watch that over and over again.
Okay, cool. I see that she's on the line. So, Stevie Bricks, I'm going to give you the opportunity to actually introduce our wonderful VIP guest. She's on the line right now, so make it real special, real sweet, only Stevie Bricks can do. So go ahead and introduce our guest. Let the people know who.
Oh, my God, you guys. Like, if you grew up in the era I grew up in, even now today, but I'm an OG. I ain't going to even lie. This is like you said, I'm a 90s girl. But if you're a fan of R&B, girl groups, and stuff like that, Danity Kane had to be on the top of your list. But besides that, she is an amazing solo artist. She's an actress. Like you said, she just came off of Broadway. She's a dancer. Y'all have to give it up one time for the beautiful, the talented, the amazing G Woods.
Absolutely. As soon as you you're on the line.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
I'm great. How you guys doing?
We're doing better now that you're on the line. We're doing better now that you're on the line.
Okay. Yeah. What's going on? Y'all washing your hands and using all the Lysol and all that good stuff?
I'm staying in the house
every day. Every day.
I mean, just as long as you don't inject the Lysol and the disinfectant into your body, like some people who are in office suggest. Like that was like
bleach IV going on. I don't know. Yeah,
I mean, last night when I saw that headline, and because I be up late. And I know I be up late because I be emailing you late as hell. But I be up on House Party and Zoom and everything, talking to my friends so we can stay connected. And I was like, y'all, the latest in idiot news has hit the press. This man done said, inject Lysol and see if that kills the virus.
Jesus, Mary and Joseph.
Have mercy. But anyway, how y'all doing?
All is well. I'm Ge.Holla. We have been corresponding by email.
Elated.
And I'm going to leave you with my very first co-host, who is Stevie Bricks, and she has Passion Magazine. And we want to talk to you about beginning the magazine, too, as well. So, Stevie Bricks, go ahead. Let's kick it on off. Here you go with the wonderful D. Woods.
Hey, we in the car. We riding slow. We doing things.
Well,
girl, that was my joint right there.
well, right now, we in the house.
we in the house.
No
we washing hands. We doing things that
right.
the president won't do. But yes, so elated to speak with you. Thank you so much for coming on to speak with us. Like I said, I watched Making the Band. Like that was my job. Like y'all cannot take me away from Making the Band. Danity, Kane, y'all 2 albums I had. I played that out. But besides from that, like I know you're talking about that so much, but you are in your right, your own special solo artist. Like you said, you're an actress, you're an amazing dancer. Let's talk about, oh my God, your new song. I just heard it a couple of days ago. Call it. Let's listen to that real quick. I don't know if y'all can hear it. Me, baby, do what you want, but you won't see me. I know I can't sing, y'all, but that song right there, whoa. And I tell people all the time, I'm such a R&B girl. I still play 90s music. I feel like R&B is a dying genre. So to hear people come with quality R&B where you have like a real voice, you can really sing and you're so talented. That is so refreshing to me. Did you write that song?
Thank you. Thank you for all of those compliments. Yes, I wrote it, co-wrote it with a good friend of mine, a singer-songwriter. She goes by the name of Kissy Lee. And we did like an Instagram Live when I was announcing that I was releasing the song because I just wanted people to know about her and her journey as well. And, you know, she was on Making the Band as well, but she was on the season before I was. So we didn't know each other, but then later on when we met in different studio sessions and it came up and it was just like, dang, man, the world is small and, you know, the universe be putting people together because we had a similar, you know, experience, but we were still thriving and moving forward with our careers and our artistry and not letting one part of our lives define who we were and what we could do and what we were capable of and how we see ourselves and how we want the world to see us. So shout out to Kissy Lee, and we wrote a real, you know, a summertime, springtime little anthem, little banger.
That's the real banger. Yeah, that's the real banger. I might have to use that on one of my intros for my wig reviews. Like, hey. I love that song. I've been sharing the heck out of it for sure. But so you got that going on. How was it being on? It was Broadway, right? For Colored Girls?
Well, technically it's off Broadway. So the way things are kind of split up, there's off Broadway, and that's where like a lot of new and avant-garde or experimental or kind of edgy material starts in New York, and then if it's successful, it moves on to official Broadway. However, this show, For Colored Girls, by the incomparable Ntozake Shange, it originated at this same theater that we performed at, the Public Theater. Shout out to the Public Theater in New York City. It originated in 1976 at this same theater. So it was a revival, bringing it back. And a lot of people are familiar with For Colored Girls. One, if you know, in high school and college, you may have read the play, read the book, but then a lot of people have seen the film adaptation of it that Tyler Perry produced that was starring everybody and their mama, Felicia Rashad, Whoopi Goldberg, Kerry Washington, I mean, Tessa Thompson. I mean, every serious black, Janet Jackson was in it. I mean, every, you know, powerhouse black female actress has worked on this play, has worked on these monologues in their training or just to keep their skills sharp. We even were graced with the presence of Miss Angela Bassett. She came to the show and stayed behind to talk to us backstage. And I was like, Miss Angela, I know you have done this show before. Now, which lady were you? And she was like, of course I was Lady in Red. And I was like, of course you was Lady in Red. And Lady in Red is kind of like when if you know the play, if you know the different characteristics of the different women, everybody is named a color. So there's Lady in Red, Lady in Blue, Lady in Green, Lady in Orange, Lady in Purple, Lady in Yellow, Lady in Brown. And Lady in Red has the most intense and serious dramatic moments. And of course, Miss Angela Bassett, she would have done that. So like that was an amazing experience.
Okay, awesome. Do you have any upcoming acting roles that you got coming on?
Well, like you guys mentioned in the intro, the original series, Stuck With You, on UMC is now streaming. So people can check that out when they binge watching stuff. They can see me on screen in a different light. This is like a romantic comedy, and it's written by Patricia Cuffy Jones, Black female writer, director, producer, and this is, the season 1. So there's a lot of cliffhangers, and people have been messaging me, and they're like, oh, my God, what's going to happen next? Oh, my God, I got to see, I got to know, because it's all about, like, a power couple that we see in the media, like, we see the Sierra and Russell Wilsons or the Will and Jada's and we all are like, oh my gosh, I wish I could be like them, relationship goals, hashtag Black Love Matters, whatever we say. And but then this particular couple is only doing it for the cameras, because in real life, it ain't all that. So you get to see what's going on in their home.
Yeah, and we were just having a conversation like that. Like, people, even on Facebook, you don't even have to be a power couple. Every relationship is not going to be peaches and cream. And, there's always something behind the scenes in what they let people see. So I think that's very interesting, and that would be intriguing, because I think a lot of people can relate to that.
Yeah, we had a lot of little, battle of the sexes moments, because you see it from both sides. Because usually everyone would be like, oh, he's cheating, he's a dog, or oh, she ain't no do-right woman or whatever, and we want to pick sides and we want to blame one person. But it's like in these situations, it'd be a whole lot of gray areas. It's not all cut and dry. Like, it's complicated. So that is Stuck With You. And you guys can check that out on UMC, so people can, get that on their, their smart TVs, with their Apple TVs, or whatever, Roku, Fire Stick, Amazon Prime, all that good stuff. Or you can just go straight to the website. You can stream it on your mobile devices, www.umc.tv, and that'll take you straight to the website. And you guys, guess what? There is a 7-day free trial.
And it's super cheap anyway. It's only like $4.99 a month for your Urban Movie Channel to get all your Black TV shows, movies, and stuff. So I think that, that's really affordable. And 7-day free trial, that you got to go check it out.
Yeah. So, unfortunately, with this COVID-19 and social distancing, a lot of the projects that we were all working on have been put into, a suspended, status. We don't know what's going on. So y'all pray for everybody who is, a lot of people are, struggling with trying to figure out what's life like with this, quarantine and whatnot. But the entertainment community was definitely hit hard. A lot of the performers on Broadway were tested positive for COVID. A lot of the elderly, retired performers that live in different assisted living homes, a lot of them have unfortunately passed away due to it. it's just the nature, because we're in such a communal, line of work. Like we're in rooms with hundreds and sometimes thousands of people. We want to connect. You're sitting right next to somebody. If you're in rehearsals, like you're in a room, 8 to 10 hours a day, sweating and rolling on the floor and, hugging each other, right, kissing each other sometimes, depending on what the project is. So all these things have been put into until further notice, and I'm just, crossing my fingers for a lot of the things that I had on the horizon that we will pick up, and we will pick up, strong, but we got to stay safe. So while I was sitting at home, I was like, well, I'm sitting on this music, so I'm going to give it to y'all. I'm going to give it to the people.
And we thank you that you did. And let me just say, I got a few Facebook people that want to give you a shout-out. Cordero, Keisha, Latasha, they want to tell you hey, and they love you, and they support everything you do.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Well, thank you for answering my questions. I'm going to pass it on to the next co-host. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right, I appreciate you, Stevie Bricks. We're going to also talk with you later about getting you into their magazine called Passion Magazine out of Savannah, Georgia.
Okay.
So, absolutely.
Come on,
all right,
Savannah.
on to SAB, Seaport. On to our next wonderful, super cool co-host. You'll be on the line with D. Woods. She go by the name of Sherelle Jordan of Bluntly Spoken Podcast. Sherelle, are you on the line with us?
Yes, of course, GeHolla. Hey, y'all. Hey, D. Woods. What's up, girl?
Hey.
Yes, this is Sherelle. Everybody know me as Bluntly Spoken. I want to personally tell you, thank you for taking out the time to come chill with us. We the hottest co-hosts around here, chilling with Ge.Holla, My Celebrity Life. So thank you, girl, for taking that time to come chill with us. For real, for real.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, ma'am. Miss Stevie, I love her. Listen, y'all was singing my song, so I can't even repeat that. You get me? But that's my favorite song. Stevie, you want to sing it again? No, just playing. But I love that song. That was my favorite as well, too, when you and Stevie was going back and forth singing that earlier. I got one question for you, for real. What is your favorite?
Okay.
Do you like to sing, act, or dance? Which one is your favorite?
See, this has been the question that has haunted me my whole life because I really have been doing all three my entire life. Like I started first in dance when I was like 3 years old, and you can ask my mother. I was like totally determined. I did not want to stop. I did not want to go home from dance class. She thought it was going to be too much pressure, being in front of people, being on stage. I was like, no. That's like your favorite word when you're 3, like, no, I like, no. So I've been a stage junkie since the tender age of 3, and then everything just kind of rolled from there, just the love of music, the love of imagination and becoming a character. So I really can't separate them. They kind of inform each other, But I will say that I cannot stop dancing no matter, like I have to move. Actually today, this afternoon on 6 p.m. Eastern time, I'm going to be doing an IG live dance class, Join the Movement. I'll be teaching a little combination to this new single I have called Eclipse. So y'all go on my live.
Sure will. Let me go. That's right.
Learn the routine. And, even people that know me, they know, like, at some point in the middle of, for no reason, I'm going to do a dance step or I'm going to start singing a note or, you know what I'm saying? I can't just, when I was in high school, we would go around when you had to read different passages, in front of the class or whatever. I couldn't just read, no matter what it was. It was science and social studies. I couldn't just read the passage. I had to make it dramatic. You know what I mean? So,
yes.
I'm just an artist.
Okay, then. So a lot of, like you said, is coming natural, and that's just pretty much, I say it a lot, being bluntly spoken. It's a lifestyle. It's not so much of just a business, but it's a lifestyle. So I understand totally what you said. So I will be tuning in at 6 so I can try to learn those steps, honey. Because, hey, so if you see me on there saying something, that's me, Miss Bluntly Spoken, rooting you on way over here in Augusta. But, yes, I love dancing. Seriously. I encourage everybody to, get into a dancing is, hey, you can lose weight and stay fit dancing. That's my first love.
Yeah.
So hey, I'm with you.
That's actually my favorite way to stay in shape because I don't really like working out. I don't really like going to the gym. But the way that, you have to keep your body in condition to dance, you're gonna stay in shape. Like I was laughing with some of my dancer friends because we were on tour with Teddy Riley all last year, from 2018 to midway of 2019, I stayed on tour with Teddy Riley. So during that song battle with him and Babyface, I'm in my living room doing the routines, and I'm like, ooh, I was in shape when I was doing this because I'm tired. And I only did verse 1, but we was doing verse 1, 2, 3, the breakdown, the dance break, the pause for the crowd, and wave your hands and run to the side. And it was just like, yo, we was in shape, child.
Yes.
But
I guess that come with age. That kind of come with age. But I tell the people that be around me that ask me how, I stay fit, it comes with age where you do get tired. But I say if you keep doing it, it kind of just be like, okay, it comes second nature all over again. So, you kind of build it back up. So, but I feel you. I think that comes with age.
Well, definitely if you stop doing it, but
right.
Because I know those particular movements from the New Jack Swing era, it was nothing but cardio, like high knees, jumping up and down, like going hard. So, like, when I was doing it, and like I said, like I only stopped being on tour with them midway in 2019 because I started the Stuck With You series, so I couldn't continue going on the tour. So just in that short time, I'm like, whew, I'm winded. You know what I'm saying?
Get you. So, yes, ma'am.
So, but yeah, we was in shape. We was like abs popping, like pop, pop, pop. You didn't have to try hard. Just
of course.
So I'm gonna be doing a little bit of all of that
I will
today.
Say.
Yeah, I'm gonna be doing a little bit of all of that today on our IG Live. So y'all better move that coffee table back and.
Hey, I'm all in. That's my type of dancing. That's how. Hey, I'm telling you, that's the number one rule right there. Dancing it's easier than going to the gym for me, so I understand. So I'm all in. But Miss D Woods, I don't have nothing else for you. I'm gonna pass you back to GeHolla so we could carry on and keep it moving. Okay. Thank you again for coming to holler at us and vibe with us. Okay.
Thank you.
All right, we're gonna pick it up a little bit. Our next co-host that's coming on to the line, she goes by the name of Kimmy D, representing Alabama Roll Tide Nation. As soon as you hear the unmute, you already know what to do. You're on the line with D Woods.
Oh, I hope that was a good when he said Roll Tide. I heard that. But hi, how are you doing this afternoon? I am well. How are you? I'm doing well. So I was listening to you talk to the other co-hosts, and you briefly mentioned your childhood, and you've been a part of entertainment, but also your sister, who's Chanel, was a part of Young Money. What were the dynamics of you all in your household growing up, with both of you wanting to be in entertainment, with hers music and yours with dance, and everything else that you've done in your career? Well, we were doing all the same things at the same time. So we did it together. We both started dance together. We both got into theater together. We actually, our first professional theater experience, we were cast as the same role to split in August Wilson's Fences. And I don't know if you all remember Denzel Washington, Viola Davis, they recently did it. So we did that play. The play has been around for many, many years, and Denzel Washington, brought it to screen. So we were cast as the young girl at the end, but because we were kids, I was 5. We had to split the role. We couldn't do all the hours. So one would do it one night, one would do it the next night. And our parents were just, playing, freeze tag with us, like, all right, I got this one. All right, take that one home. And that was our first, professional theater experience. Chanel actually did a lot of commercials when she was a baby up until a certain age before we moved. We were born in California. So Chanel was doing a lot of commercials and stuff, and then we relocated back to the East Coast to Massachusetts, and that's when we got into theater. But we were doing everything at the same time together, and then we were just in the house making up dances in the backyard, making our dad, pull out the video camera, showing him what we came up with. We would set up our, stuffed animals to be our audience. There was a lot of banging and thumping from upstairs, and we were getting yelled at, like, calm down, lay your ass down, I told you to go sleep, you know what I'm saying, all that stuff. This is a funny story, a lot of our friends from Massachusetts know this story. Springfield, Mass, shout out, 413. A lot of people know this story. We had a dance group when we were in middle school, and we were so serious about this dance group. We were almost like a little gang, and it was called Young and Unique. And we we were so serious about our rehearsals, and we had this show. We were supposed to open up for, I can't remember who we were supposed to open up for, somebody who was coming to the city, because we had a mentor who was like a concert promoter, and she was like giving us opportunities to do stuff. So we opened it up for, I can't remember if it was Little Vicious or like Mad Lion. It was one of the reggae artists. So we were like, oh my God, we're gonna make it. Oh my God, this is our chance. Oh my God, it's so serious. But me and Chanel and my cousin Mariah, we got in trouble for doing something. So we was on punishment, and we could not do the show. And we was like, no, we're going to mess it up for the whole group. Daddy, please let us go do the show. Oh, my gosh. We promise we won't do it again. Oh, my goodness. And my father was like, no. So we were like, all right, so this is what we're going to do. We're just going to ask him to go play outside, but put on your show costume underneath your clothes. And, this is like the mid-'90s, so we wearing baggy clothes. So we were like, we just going to play out in the front yard. And he was like, all right, but don't go no further than the front yard. We was like, okay. Soon as he closed that door, we started running. We ran away. So we could go do the show. And we was hiding at our friend's house. But, of course, he came around and found us. And we didn't get to do the show. But we was that serious about it.
Was there ever any competition amongst you two with like who could do better dance styles, who could practice longer, or anything like that?
I mean, there's always like sibling competition, but not in a negative way. You know what I mean? Like we was never like hating on each other because we were doing it together. We were doing everything together. And when we moved to Atlanta during our high school years. We were both in the performing arts high school. We were both in the dance department. We started doing a little bit of separate stuff because I got more heavily involved in theater, and Chanel kind of more so to the music industry stuff. But we both knew that we had the capabilities of doing both things, but certain things that she felt more connected to and certain things I felt more connected to. You dig? So, yeah.
So with you being in girl groups for the majority of your career and being properly known for making the band, what type of advice would you give to others who are wanting to be a part of a girl group?
I don't know if wanting to be a part of a girl group is the thing. You just if you want to be an artist, you know what I'm saying, however that manifests, you know what I mean? So if you want to be an artist, if you're sitting at home right now and you're like, I want to be an artist, or if you have people that you have a connection with and who are like-minded and y'all want to become a group, you know what I'm saying? But I wouldn't just be like, you know what, I think I'm just going to make a group up, because we all know how that works. We all seen those movies. We all seen the Unsungs. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you got to have people who are like-minded, who are, you know, willing to be a team with you. And even when you're a solo artist, you still need a team, because you can't do everything by yourself. So it's really just about solidifying what it is you want to say and what it is you want to express, and creating like an authentic voice, whatever that is. Like, is it music? Is it dance? Is it multi, you know, media, cross, you know, crossing the genres and everything? Like, there's so many different ways that you can be creative and put your stuff out there, and it's not just one way to do it. But you got to make it yours, and you have to make it authentic to you, because when you start trying to do stuff that you just see other people doing, like, oh, I want to do some stuff because they doing it like that. Like, that ain't never going to work, so stop doing that. Like, do it. You can be inspired by people, but don't just try to carbon copy somebody else's stuff. You know what I'm saying?
So, like, when I was researching,
yes, you did. Yes, you did. I mean, it's about being into that individuals and basically trying to go ahead and do with people who almost have the same mission. Because as we mentioned with the untold stories, you will see people come together that they're forced to be together, and then they break up. They have all these communication issues. They lack trust, or it's like all this other stuff that goes on behind the scenes more than just making the music that the public hears.
Right. All of that.
So what I didn't realize when I was looking into like everything you've done was how much you did before even getting on Making the Band, and also how Janet Jackson was your motivation for making a band, because you were trying to get music out. With writing, we're trying to get in contact with her, and that kind of led to the making of the band with the manager. I think that's what it was, who he was. But yeah, and you were also an NYU graduate. With all of those different experiences and getting recognition after making the band, how do you feel like that has elevated your career? And do you feel that making the band took you to that next level, or do you believe you would have got to that next level anyway?
Well, I just look at everything as a part of the journey. You know, everything is a part of your story. So, like I said, you know, starting off, like, my very first dance recital when I was 3 years old is part of my story. Because I wouldn't have ever quote unquote made the band had I not done that first dance recital, or I would have never been prepared to present myself and excel and be confident in my talent and what I wanted to do in front of, you know, certain people that we've watched our entire lives and looked up to. How would I have had the balls to get up and be like, yeah, I think I am what you need to be checking for, had I not done all the things I did before? You know what I'm saying? Yes. And then it's like, and you know what? If you're not checking for me, that's really your bad, but I know I'm dope and I'm just here to show it. And whoever sees it, you're welcome. And you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then I'm going to go on to the next thing. And so that's really what my mindset was when I went into the audition process. I was like, oh, I'm here because I do what I do anyway. You know what I'm saying? And like, y'all may like it, you may not like it. I don't really know, but my objective of getting on this line today was because I needed to get the attention of this certain man, and I need to talk to him about Janet Jackson. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I don't know. I had crazy, you know, we can call it crazy, but he was just like, this made sense to me. You know what I mean? I've been studying this woman. I've been studying her music. I've been writing music. you know, I'm in college right now, and I was really like bold about a lot of things. Like another story, while I was in school, while I was at NYU, was I was interning at the Power 105 radio station in New York, the radio station that plays The Breakfast Club. Well, that's where they shoot it, and that's where they are. They're syndicated everywhere now. Shout out to Charlamagne, Angela Yee, DJ Envy, they're everywhere. But I was an intern there while I was at school. And, you know, something got in the back of my head that this is when I created my name, D Woods. So I was like, yes, my name is now D Woods. And I made these business cards. And I had them in my pocket, and I was doing like extra shifts because I used to follow the DJs around and be like, yo, let me help you. Let me carry your crates. I want to go to the club, but I can't get in the club. I'm too young to get in the club. Whatever, you know. So like, I'm like doing this in the parking garage, loading up the DJ equipment for them to go to their event, and I saw a parking garage. Girl, don't you know? I said, I gotta go talk to him. I just have to. I don't know what I'm gonna say. It's gonna come to me when I step up to him. So I walk over there and I talk to Spike Lee, and I was talking a mile a minute probably, and I was like, hey, my name is, and then he's just looking at me like, okay, and, and I'm a student at NYU because I know he teaches in the film department at NYU. So I'm like saying all this stuff, and he was just like, all right, well, somebody will take your information. We'll get in touch with you. So his intern turns to me and is like, okay, she had a little piece of paper, and she's about to write my name down. And I pulled out my business card. And she was like, oh. And she mentioned, she was like, Spike, she got business cards. And he turned around again. He was like, okay, what's your name again? And I told him my whole life story one more time in 30 seconds. And he was like, all right, you know, somebody will get in touch with you. And I was like, I thought this was going to be like my moment. I thought I was going to be discovered like Halle Berry, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah. But someone actually did contact me. And I was interning for Spike at the same time while I was interning at Power, while I was also taking a full credit load at NYU. And I was just like, well, I asked for all of this, so I got to do it. I don't care. I'm not going to sleep. I don't know how I'm going to make it. I don't know how I'm going to make all my classes, but I'm going to do it. You know what I'm saying? So, like, all these things are, like, just building blocks, and they taught me something, and it taught me something about myself, how much I really wanted it. You know what I mean? Did that answer your question? I know I told you a whole story you ain't asked for it. But.
Oh, no, it's fine. I definitely speak to you being fearless, and sometimes you just got to go for it and just say it doesn't matter what the outcome is. At least I tried.
Right, yeah. So it's like, you know, I went on a television show. I had no real expectations to win or be chosen for. And I was like, okay, well, now I'm here, so let's make the most out of this situation. Now, what can we do to make this dope? What can we do to make this thing in the back of my mind come to reality in this situation? Oh, okay, it's not going to happen in this situation. Y'all ain't ready for that? Cool. I'm going to go do it over here then. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Always continue to move forward. Mm-hmm. And you mentioned writing songs.
Thank you for the opportunity. You just be like, thank you for the opportunity. I had a great time. I did my best, and now it's time for me to do better somewhere else.
That's completely understandable. You got to know when you got to walk away from the situation too, and know, and because it's not the end of you, which I think was what we're all learning right now during the pandemic. That just because there's people out of job, there's people who are not doing what they normally do, does not mean it's the end.
Right.
So you mentioned writing songs, and I know that you co-written and written on the Danity Kane album. You got the chance to work with Carrie Hilson and Michael Cox. What is your typical process when you're writing your songs? And also, is it different from writing music as opposed to writing songs for television and movies?
Well, sometimes it can be different between writing just a song for yourself and a song that is specifically for scene in a movie or a play or a musical. But a lot of times, like, I'll just write for no reason. Just write a song for no reason. Just because I have a song on my heart and I'm going to write it. And then I find out where it can go. So some songs, like this song, Call It Quits, that I just released, I've had this song for several years. And I was going to put it out at one point. It leaked in some places, but we didn't officially, release it. And then I had a song that I wrote because I went through a breakup and I was feeling some type of way. And so I wrote this one song, and it's called Find Your Way. And the music that I had was very big and sound like a Disney, Disney soundtrack song or something that would be like in the Titanic or whatever. So I made this like big, heartbreaking pop ballad to go with my breakup feelings, and then I just sat on it for several, I don't know how long, a couple years. And then I did this movie called Blackbird that was starring Monique and Isaiah Washington. Y'all can find that on Netflix too. And and I looked at some of the scenes because we shot the movie, and then I talked to the producers of the movie, and I was like, I don't know what kind of music you guys are gonna put in this movie, but I have this song. I'd like you to hear it, and if you think it could fit, I would be so grateful if y'all would use it for the movie. And they loved it. So they used it for like bonus features, like on the DVD release, and we shot a video for it because there was a part of it where one of the characters went missing, like it was a child like abduction situation going on in the movie. And so the mother, who was played by Monique, she was just at home just every day waiting for her child to come back home. Like she would cook dinner, she would leave a plate out for the child, and it was just like, I'm just waiting for her to come home. I know she's going to make it back. I don't know how long it's going to take, but she's going to be here. And that's kind of how I felt when this dude wouldn't call me and he was out in the street. But
oh, we've all been
so
there.
Like, so you just find different times like, oh, I didn't know this song was going to apply to this moment in time, but I wrote it at this time, and I think it just works. But sometimes you get like what they call a who's looking list, or sometimes you get like little breakdowns of scenes, and we're looking for a song that looks like this and sounds like this and blah, 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 and then you just write something that goes for that, so yeah.
So you started your own music label. Why was it so important for you to start that?
Wood Grain Entertainment. I started Wood Grain Entertainment just because I didn't want to stop doing what I was doing, and I didn't want to wait for somebody to give me permission to do it. So I just did it myself. That's really it.
I see that more and more people are starting to do independent labels. Did you find it to be more beneficial for you to start your own independent label and to not have to be stifled by a big record label?
Yeah, well, for me, yes, because I move kind of sporadically, and I'm an artist, so sometimes, we have impulsive decisions. I got an idea. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. Let's do it. I think we could do it by 7 a.m. You know what I'm saying? So like, so I ain't got to ask nobody permission. But at the same time, there's pros and cons to everything. So, with great, what is the saying? Great privilege comes great responsibility. I don't know. I might have made that up, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So yeah, it takes a lot of work, and you do have to wear a lot of hats. But at the end of the day, it's like it's nobody's fault but your own. And when you're standing there trying to figure out what went wrong or how you could do something better, you know the answers, or you can find the answers. You didn't put your destiny in somebody else's hands or in somebody else's, if they felt like doing it, or the whims and whatever ulterior motives that they might have. You know what I'm saying? So.
Oh, yeah, I definitely understand. We hear that from a lot of people. So it has been a pleasure speaking with you. We have another co-host that wants to come on and speak with you as well. So I'm going to give it back to GeHolla. GeHolla?
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. All right. This is our final host. Thank you so much for rocking with us almost an hour, like 45 minutes. You are a really amazing spirit, and we really appreciate you. Misha, as soon as you hit the unmute, you'll be on the line with D Woods. Come right on in, ask some questions.
Hello, hey girl.
Hey.
I just want to tell you first and foremost, I just love your energy throughout the whole call. I love your energy. I love being around positive vibes. And I only have a few questions for you. You're welcome. So I won't talk your head off. So let's see which one I want to ask first. Okay, I'm going to start with you sing, you dance, you act. I can't dance to save my life, but I love singing. I love acting. I've done a couple of movies. And I heard you say earlier in the interview that you love that and you don't want to choose and you can't stop dancing. But I just want to know, like, how do you manage that, doing all three of those? Like, how do you juggle them all? That's something that I want to do. And I get frustrated a lot because, I can't control everything. It's like I have to miss out on a lot of things. So how do you manage that?
Oh, okay. Well, first of all, with the managing the different disciplines in the arts, yeah, sometimes it's a blessing and a curse. Because you're like, oh, I wish I could just focus on one thing. But it's like, I love doing all these things. And when you are able to do it, it's like, okay, well, I'm blessed that I can do it. So, when things slow down in the film, TV, or theater world, I can always go to the dance world. Or when things slow down in the dance world, I can always go to the music world, and I can shapeshift like that. So that's a blessing that I have the access to move around and sometimes bring them all together at the same time. But you just have, it's a lot of time management throughout my, training and my education. I went to a performing arts high school. I also went to NYU Tisch School of the Arts. And then I was also a part of other training programs. Shout out to the Freddie Hendricks Youth Ensemble of Atlanta. I studied abroad in Havana, Cuba. Study dance. So it's just like I'm always constantly training, always constantly learning, and I was in different programs that we, sliced up our day in the times. Like I'm going to dance class now, I'm going to vocal here, I'm going to acting, and I continue to do that now. Like, okay, I got to focus on, getting these monologues. Like I'm gonna do this dance class after I get off the phone with y'all. But then right after that, I have to, put some scenes on video and send them to my acting agent. So it's just like there's always something to do. But I love doing it because if I was just sitting around doing nothing, I would go crazy. And so at the beginning of this pandemic, when everything stopped, it was like a little bit of like stir crazy. Like I got to do something. So I'm going to go up on my rooftop and I'm going to do a TikTok video because that's what gives me joy. But it also helps me use my skill and my craft. How can I utilize all this stuff that I have going on inside my imagination? So yeah, that's how I manage the time, and that's also sometimes how I manage the restlessness and the frustration sometimes, because maybe your brain works faster than what your body or what the world, how the world is moving. It's like, oh my gosh, I want this to come out now. Oh my gosh, I have this dope idea. Why don't people see it? I want people to hear it. You know. So
right.
Yes, I definitely go through those moments all the time. And I have a song. There's a video that goes to it. You can find it on YouTube. And I'm probably going to re-release it. It was on my first project, The Gray Area, but the song is called Foolish Dreamer. And it's all about that. Like, I can see it. Oh, my goodness, it's going to be so dope. But nobody else understands it right now. Or nobody else understands why I want to do this. Or they don't get it. Or they telling me I'm crazy. Or you ain't never going to make it. And it's like, but, just wait. When I do it, or when y'all see it, or when it makes sense to you, because right now it makes sense to me. And that's kind of also just walking on faith, too. So then it taps into your spiritual life. It's like, I have these ideas and these instincts for a reason. I wasn't given these dreams on accident. I have to figure out how to make it happen. And even if it's one little thing I can do today, even if it's a really small thing. Maybe the only thing I did today was I went online and I researched a subject matter that, goes along with my idea. Maybe the only thing I did was look up songs that I want to learn to sing. Maybe the only thing I did today was listen. Maybe the only thing I did today was binge watch D-Woods and Stuck With You because I'm studying what actors do, and I want to study these actors and what they did.
Right.
in this show, you know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes I be doing that. Like, it looks like I'm just sitting around doing nothing, watching TV, but I'll be studying Kerry Washington. I'm studying Felicia Rashad. I'm studying, I'm studying that stuff. Like, wow, she killed it. Like, I'm now I got to go figure out how I can do that. You know what I mean? So that's my answer.
That's definitely understandable. So I'm going to use those tips for myself as well, and I'll definitely be checking out your song. I love music that I can relate to. But so the next question is, I want to know what are the pros and cons of being a celebrity? Also, at what recognition did you get in your life, or at what point in your life, what happened to make you realize, like, this is it, like, all of my dreams have came true. I finally made it. I'm here. This is it.
Girl, I'm still waiting for that moment.
Are you serious? Wow, that's
I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting for that all of my dreams came true moment. Because I have so many dreams, and they're big dreams. And then sometimes you get to a point that you thought you wanted to get to, and you realize, I need to go back and I need to reevaluate that. I need to get more specific in what I was dreaming about and asking for and praying about. And I feel like sometimes God does that to you. He's like, all right, you said you wanted a tall, light-skinned man with tattoos, and yeah, I gave you one, but you didn't say. You ain't say he was supposed to be faithful. Girl, don't let me get into my love life. But I just keep working. I just keep working towards stuff, and I just keep trying to top myself. I try to make the me from yesterday jealous of the me of today, and the me of today will be jealous of the me tomorrow. Ooh.
Okay, you spoke on making your old self jealous, so it's good that you said that, because the question that I have for you is, I wanted to know, what advice would you give your 25-year-old self since you started in the music industry at a young age? Also,
and especially because I'm only 26.
Right.
I am 23.
Right.
I am forever 21. What are you talking about? What advice would I tell the younger me? I think I always say the same thing when people kind of ask me a question like this. It's like to follow your gut instinct. Don't second guess yourself. That's what I would tell me specifically.
Okay, so this is the last question. Okay, I'm 20-something as well, and pretty much, like, I want to know, like, being in the public eye, how do you maintain and how do you manage self-control with, you know, like being on social media, saying certain things with people that you love and care about that are close to you, or just saying something, you know, that upsets you, or, you know, how do you, you know, keep self-control, like you don't want to look too ghetto, and at the same time, you don't want it to look as if, you know, you're changing, you can't be yourself. Like, how do you maintain that?
Well, the people who I am close to, I'm really close to. So we don't just communicate through social media. Like, we see each other, we talk to each other on the phone. We're in each other's lives, so they know what's up. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of the people who I'm actually the closest to don't even really follow me on social media because they know that public persona is a public persona. So you got to know how to keep some stuff for yourself and for your close circle, and then who you are when you have to be a public figure, you know what I'm saying? And that's also part of the reason why I became D Woods, because I needed to make that differentiation for myself. I was like, you know, like I said, I created that name while I was in school, and I was sitting in my dorm room, and I was trying to figure out, I need to be a beast when I walk out these doors, or when I walk into these rooms and audition for stuff, and when I'm in these studios, and I can't be this little sensitive Juanita, shy, waiting for permission, like, you know, very generous. You know, people who know me, they know that I'm a Cancer. Shout out to the Cancer. And I am very sensitive, and I am like a big sponge of all energy and emotions, and I take on a lot. I take on a lot of stuff, and I just hold it. And sometimes I can't be that person. I can't be that person who is so sensitive and so, like, you know, shows it. You know what I mean? Shows it to everybody. Everybody can't see that part of you, especially because they don't care. One, and
right.
Secondly, you don't want to let people know where you're, you know, where you're vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you are a product and you are a commodity in the world. Like, they just want to be entertained. They just want you to deliver what they want from you. I don't care how you feel today. Sing the song that I like. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, I don't like that song. I don't care if you don't like that song. I like that song, so I want you to sing it. You know, so you just have to, like, figure out, okay, so today I'm going to have my moment for myself, and then when I go out there and when people say whatever they're going to say to me, this is what my response is going to be, so that they don't know how their words are affecting me. And then also so I don't make them change their perception of whatever memory that they want to hold of me. And that's a learning process, and I go through it all the time. And I'm, you know, I have mentors and I have people who are close to me who pull me to the side and be like, look, you can't say that. You can't tell people the real truth. You got to tell them the truth that they want to hear. Like, oh, yeah, I forgot. Sorry, I forgot.
That's me with G all the time, and now I think, he gets tired of telling me, look, Tanisha, you can't do this, you can't do that. So he'll love it, and I'm like, okay, maybe I shouldn't have said that, and then I'll delete it or whatever. So I love him so much for that. Thank you, G.
You're welcome.
Absolutely. I appreciate you, Nisha. Thank you for calling in. All right, D Woods, I know you got to get ready to do your performance on IG later.
Yeah, we about to do the Join the Movement dance class in an hour, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Log on to @YourGirlDWoods and get ready to dance with me.
Absolutely. Thank you for being
on
the show.
You gonna dance
love
with me?
To have you. I love cancers. Don't play with me, girl. Don't play with me.
So you should log on and then you should log on and do the dance and then post it, and I'm gonna repost it on my page.
Very tempting. Very tempting. I enjoyed your interview today. We love to have you back on. And when everything opens up, we'll be back in Atlanta and things of that nature. So we definitely would like to sit down and do a video interview with you, too, as well. And we just support everything that you do. Please continue to keep shining, keep standing upon your square, shining your light. And at this point, I'm going to let you go because I'm not going to hold you any longer. And thank you so much for being on My Celebrity Life. Before I let you go, I'm sorry, moving a little too fast. Let me slow down. May I please get a drop from you? The name of the show is called My Celebrity Life, and I'm Ge.Holla. Whenever you're ready.
Okay.
Give us a drop, and we'll let you go. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, everybody, it's your girl, D Woods, and you are checking out My Celebrity Life with my homie, Ge.Holla, and y'all check out my new single, Call It Quits, available on all the places you get music. Yeah, be safe out there. Peace.
You should be safe, too. We appreciate you, Queen. Thank you so much. We're going to let you go now. Ladies and gentlemen, that was D Woods. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe and tune in and get your dance on with her later on. She said not only will she share me, she's going to share other people too. I'm just going to throw out there. She's going to share all of y'all. When y'all see y'all dance videos, then you're doing it in the spirit of Ge.Holla. Once again, I go by the name of Ge.Holla. It's not Gula, not Koala, not GeHolla, not Ge.Holla, not Ge.Holla. I done heard a 1,000 different versions. It's just Ge.Holla. And we was with the wonderful D Woods. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, everybody, please take care. And D Woods, we're going to hit you up later, too, so we can get you in Passion Magazine as well. Please be safe out there on your journey. And we love you and bless you.
Love you, too. Take care. Peace.
All right. Peace. I love y'all Cancers. Oh, my God. Cancers and Leos. Woo! All right. With that being said, I am going to let it Yo, so sweet. We're gonna exit the show now. Everybody be safe. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.